ho, everybody! Merry Christmas and welcome to another episode of the Bodacious Rant. Hope everybody had a great holiday this week. For those of you who did have to work or maybe something inconvenienced you, I still hope you had some sort of relaxation at the end of the day and whatnot. Got to, be around loved ones to a certain extent. But yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well, Bern, you and the familia. And for those of you who didn't, maybe who are lost on movies or maybe got a chance to see the movies, this is one of those this year that you definitely have to see. If not by the end of the year, super soon. And that is the latest movie from the other Safdie brother, which, Bernie, I know you told me it was a few minutes ago. Which brother was it again?
This is Josh Safdie.
Josh. For some reason I want to say Lenny, but no, it's Josh.
No, the other one's Benny.
Yes.
There's no Lenny and Benny Safdie.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, from Josh Safdie, from one of the Safdie brothers. And that is Marty Supreme, starring Timothee Chalamet, Tyler, the Creator, Odessa Zion, Fran Drescher, and so on and so forth. And man, what a film. I can't say that enough. But this is a non-spoiler review, so as much as I'm gonna praise it, we're not gonna get into the spoilers or anything like that. So if you did happen to see this movie on this recent holiday, or love tuning in the channel, maybe just like Christmas, and that's why I'm wearing the hat for you guys, feel free to give us that thumbs up, show your support, and of course subscribe just to keep joining the Randy community and all that good stuff, guys. So, Marty Supreme, as far as I know and kind of briefly looked up, it is based on a true story in which Marty Mauser is Timothée Chalamet's character, who is a professional ping pong player, and he is just trying to be the best ping pong player he can be, and also make it to the world championships or something in Japan. And that's basically all I can get into it without spoiling it, because actually the trailers definitely don't show you a lot, but yeah, because we saw the Smashing Machine from Benny Safdie, the other brother who was in Oppenheimer. He was also in Happy Gilmore 2 earlier this year. And the Smashing Machine wasn't bad. I know in our review we both kind of felt like it was lacking something, some sort of zest, or Bern would say is lacking energy from it. And this movie is not lacking that whatsoever. This is one of the best movies of the year. Just so kinetic is the word I would use, because it's so frantic and so hectic, but and it's funny because it's like almost like nothing really happens in the movie in a way, but at the same time there's just so much chaos. It's like it just keeps you awake and keeps you getting into it. So I really liked it. I didn't know what to think about this movie. I had only seen like one trailer, but I'm glad I caught it in theaters. Bern, what did you think about this one, or if you had any expectations or anything? Did this movie meet them for you?
I mean, I did have a good amount of expectations coming into this one, just because, this was one half of the other half of the Safdie brothers. Obviously, their last movie, Uncut Gems, I really enjoyed, and to see that they kind of split off and wanted to do their own things for a little bit here. It was always going to be interesting to see how each of them fared in their own, solo ventures. And like you mentioned, we got Benny's earlier this year, which wasn't great, but there were some good elements to it. It's just overall as a package didn't really come together for me or you. So it was interesting to see what the other side of that would be. I mean, the ad campaign, leading up to this movie has been, in my opinion, a lot of fun. So that was sort of adding on to the anticipation with all the different shenanigans that Timothée Chalamet was getting up to for the press and stuff. So that was very interesting. And also just the word of mouth and the buzz for this movie, going as far back as a couple of months, saying that this was one of the better movies of the year. There was that building anticipation for me. So I was definitely looking forward to this. And I'm happy to say that this movie did not disappoint in the least. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Probably one of my favorite movies, I would say, even from the last few years. This was, like, the word you used to describe it was perfect. This movie is very kinetic, and for anybody who's seen the last couple of Safdie movies, the brothers together, Uncut Gems and Good Time, you see the pattern and sort of the stories that they like to tell of this very ambitious, misguided person who, through a series of unfortunate events of their own making, we have to see what happens to them on the other side of those decisions that they make. like. So they're always very interesting character studies. I know you said like not a lot happens, and really it doesn't. You know, in terms of like grander plot things, these three movies now are a lot more character centric, and we're really following this singular person who, by all accounts, is not a great person in any of these movies, and this one also as well. But what makes them interesting and what makes them fun is, the way that the characters are written. I think they're all written really well, including Marty Mauser here. And also I think the actors who play these central characters does sort of go a long way in getting empathy from the audience. You know, you have Robert Pattinson in Good Time, you have Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, and now Timothee Chalamet, and every one of them puts in the right performance for this type of movie with all this energy and all this chaos going on. But even though there's so much happening, you're still sort of locked into their performance, and it's them that sells you on this whole chaotic mess and makes it all make sense by the end of it. I think it's really well written, really well filmed, and a lot of the setting, you know, the production design, it really transports you into the 1950s, and it really makes you feel of that time. They did a really good job of taking you into that era. And it's funny too, because the music in this movie, the score is one of my favorites of the year so far. But it felt more like a score for an 80s movie, which was an interesting choice. There's a lot of synth there. There's a lot of things that wouldn't normally fit in a period piece of the 1950s. And I think that sort of added to, you know, the overall the metaphor of this character who feels that they're sort of beyond this time, that they're kind of shackled by the environment around them, and they just want to get out of it, and they see these bigger ambitions for themselves. So all of it comes together to influence this character and this journey, and man, what a ride it is from beginning to end.
Yeah, this is one of like I said, I didn't know much about this movie. I didn't know much about the character, and it was one of those things like in the beginning I'm like, okay, I'm definitely on this guy's side. Majority of the film I can't stand Timothee Chalamet. I'm just like, oh my god, what a scumbag. But he does it. It's those actors that make you hate someone so much that you know they do a good job, at least like it's in an entertaining way. And yeah, Bernie perfectly. That's how I felt too. Is like he's such a scumbag, but you, in the end, there is a part of you that's like, man, I want him to do it, just to say he did do it. And yeah, I think this is the strongest performance I've seen from Timothee Chalamet. Given I haven't seen his entire filmography, but I definitely think this is an award contender. Odessa Zion, I know lately she's been quote unquote controversial. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I disagree with it, but this is a great movie for her. I haven't seen, again, all of her stuff. The only other thing I've really seen her in was Until Dawn earlier this year, was utter garbage. I hated that movie. So for those of you who did like it, good for you. I highly disagree with you. But yeah, I'm definitely a Safdie Brothers fan. And like I said, I didn't mind Smashing Machine. I don't think Benny Safdie is a bad director, but I definitely think his brother is definitely the more technical person, and Benny is definitely a better actor, knows how to work with actors. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best movies to end the year off of. It's definitely up there with Sinners and One Battle After Another for me, which is just, it's kind of funny because, again, he's such a scumbag, but it's like, you can't help it. So, I'm with all that being said and really thinking about it, this movie deserves it. A hard 5 out of 5 for me. Highly recommend it. It is a little long though, but the way the movie's paced out, all the things that happen in it, you don't get bored at all. Like, I know I said like, oh, there's nothing that really happens, but it's like a lot of shit does go down, but in a good way. It's just such a fun, wild ride. Highly recommend this for anyone, especially if you're a Safdie Brothers fan.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, and I'll add on to the other acting roles. Gwyneth Paltrow and Kevin O'Leary. they're more secondary characters here, but they each do really well in their own respective roles. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow in this movie as an aging actress who just, Gwyneth Paltrow has always felt like sort of an actress from a time before. She has that old classic Hollywood feel about her. So her playing this actress that's sort of like bored with life and is like looking for something more exciting, and in the time that she's in. I thought that felt really really poignant there. And Kevin O'Leary, I mean, he's already an unlikable guy, so it wasn't hard to already dislike his character here, and he plays that other end of the scumbag side very well, opposite
I
Marty
told you
Supreme.
how I felt. I don't think he's acting, and that's...
You can say it's not acting.
I just want to get that out there. Not just, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but yeah. And for those of you who do watch it, if you know Kevin O'Leary on politics and stuff, I think this character is just him through and through. So, Bernie, keep going with your
so perfect
with your
stuff. Bit of stunt casting, which the Safdies have done really well, I would say, in their last few movies. They like to bring in a lot of actors that you wouldn't necessarily like. Well, they wouldn't be top of mind, but they fit the roles really well. And Fran Drescher too, I think, for the minor role that she's in here as well. Overall, again, really well cast. Well filmed, well written, well directed. I 100% agree with you that I do think this is Timothee's best performance. I really did enjoy him in the Dune movies. Last year in A Complete Unknown, and a couple years before with Wonka. He seems like he's dominating December. Having these movies come out at the end of the year and just ending the year with Chalamet. It's not a bad thing these last few years. So I do definitely think he will be in the running because this is a really great performance from him. So yeah, from top to bottom, just really well done package of a movie. It's for sure an insane ride from beginning to end, but if you're on this movie's wavelength, this will work for you as well as it worked for me and Ryan. For that reason, I have to give it a 5 out of 5 as well. Really, really great film. I had a great time with it. I can see it not being for everybody, but it doesn't hold anything back or hide anything. From the opening credits, you will know if this is your movie or not.
Yeah, that's actually a very fair statement. So, I mean, like I said, I would still tell everybody about it because this is just one of those movies I'm like, dude, you need to watch it at least once. This is definitely going to be either... I mean, I don't see how it's going to be a miss for some people, but maybe unless you're a good, moral human being, it's maybe a little bit hard to get through at times because I know it was for me. So, yeah, 5 out of 5 for both me and Bern. This is definitely one of the movies to end a year off of on a high note. So yeah, definitely for those of you who did happen to check it out, please let us know what you thought about it in the comments. No spoilers, of course. And yeah, as we come to a close, everyone, keep an eye out for our top 10 review, where we talk about our best films, our favorite films of the year. So see if your guys' movies make the list and whatnot. And again, thank you all for this. I'm going to say it again on our next episode, but appreciate you all. Can't say enough for those of you tuning in, commenting especially, just keeping the conversation going. Whether I'm wrong on actors or information, keep calling me out. I need to be educated as well. I have my ignorant moments. So until next time, everyone, stay bodacious and keep on ranting for us.
Absolutely, everybody. Be good, be safe, and as always, we'll catch y'all on the next one.